other.
Let me tell you how much of a bitch Polite is. What the brother said was correct.
Right.
The brother came out here and said he called Katazai my dad, me Katazai's daddy.
And I apologize.
Now,
So
you didn't. Now, Katazai responded by bringing up his father. His spiritual father, who he called, who's a fucking child molester. Your father is a child molester, period. And he got in his feelings. He got mad, and he thought he was going to punk Katazai. If you want to cross the rope, cross the fucking rope. That's what you do. Don't sit here and talk shit like what's going to pop up, what's going to do this. If you're going to cross the line, cross the fucking line. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here.
Mr. York, are you now under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or narcotics? You understand you are charged with 40 counts of aggravated child molestation, that you could receive a maximum sentence of 30 years in confinement for each count, that you are charged with 34 counts of child molestation, that you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement for each count, that you are charged with 1 count of sexual exploitation of children, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement, and you are charged with 2 counts of influencing witnesses, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 10 years in confinement for each count, and that you could receive a minimum sentence overall of 10 years on probation. I'm telling you the most and the least. You understand that?
Actually, Your Honor, it would be 10 years for aggravated child molestation, and minimum is 10 years in confinement.
But minimum then would be 10 years. You understand that? You understand you have a right to an attorney, and in fact, your lawyer, Mr. Aurora, is here with you and representing you. Is that correct? I'm going to inform you of certain other rights that you have, Mr. York, and inform you of the fact that if you plead guilty, you give up these rights. You have a right to trial by jury. You're presumed to be innocent. You have a right to confront any witnesses the state presents against you. You have a right to subpoena any witnesses you want to appear and testify for you. You have a right to testify and offer other evidence if you want to.
Online posts, but now the social media influencer, motivational speaker, is making headlines for the wrong reason. NBC6 reporter Kim Nguyen is live in Miami Beach tonight with more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polite. Kim.
Yeah, well, Jawan, the suspect surrendered here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week. Police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false. This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polite, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Nowak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in L.A., asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation. And Nowak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives. For now, we're reporting live in
Nowak, a.k.a. Brother Polite, as you guys know, him as was just released from Miami, and he was charged with raping his girlfriend, 14-year-old daughter, okay, in a hotel room. All right, now, And before you say, oh, they're just trying to take him down, no, they got his motherfucking semen. Now listen, I'm gonna read y'all what just came in on the transcript. Like I said, this is just breaking news. All right, we're gonna get into details more tomorrow. All right, so defending Nowak, who is Brother Polite, 37, and the victim's mother, Arocho, who's 31, were dating for over a year. And on, I believe, 2021, at approximately 0 hours, defendant Nowak requested Mrs. Arocho, who is the mom to the daughter, to allow him to take the victim, who's known as TS, 14 years old, to an after party in order for him to speak to her and mend the relationship between mother and daughter. Okay? Defendant Nowak and victim TS, who is the daughter, responded to, I guess, Club E11. Now, I'm reading it how it's put into the system. Okay, so that's what I have is a printed out report of what they have written down. So if it sounds off, it's because I'm reading it how they have. Okay, it sounds like the first 48 or some shit. Damn, I need some chapstick. Shit. Anyway, and so I guess they went to Club 11. It was on 29 Northeast 11th Street, Miami, Florida. Upon arriving, the club was closed. Defendant Nowak and the victim TS went to a hotel room at 1100 West Avenue, Unit 319, Miami Beach, in order to wait for the new party location. While they were in his hotel room, the defendant Nowak provided the victim, who was 14, with numerous alcoholic beverages in which she consumed. The victim, who's 14, stated that the defendant Nowak started dancing and, I guess, touching her inappropriately all over her body, groping her, and, groping her thighs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. On page 13 of your Honor's calendar, Michael Nowak.
All right, your
Ratings draft on behalf of the state.
All right, page 13. Counsel, state your name for the record.
David Terrace on behalf of the defendant, Michael Nowak.
Okay, thank you. And I believe there may have been a couple of people on Zoom. I don't know what the relationship was on the case. Okay, yes, ma'am. State.
Your Honor, I believe at this time we'll be asking for a joint continuance, but to set this case briefly, either sometime within the next 2 weeks. We have come to a plea agreement. I've sent over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. Just so that Your Honor is aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to suspend the sentence. The state is asking 60 days. I know the defense is going to make its own request, but we're asking 60 days so that then the defendant can surrender, because this will require incarceration.
All right. And is there going to be a mitigation at the time of surrender, or how is this going to work?
Yes, Your Honor. So essentially he'll enter into a plea and then we will mitigate it upon surrender.
Okay.
But we do wish to enter into a plea already within the next week so that essentially there is a resolution to the case and then he will surrender upon a date that's set by the court.
Next week is a C week.
Your Honor, I think we were hoping for the week, at least the week of where the trial is currently set for.
July 3rd.
Which is the week of July 3rd.
3rd, 4th, 5th. What is the Friday of that week? The week of the 3rd.
7th.
All right, July 7th.
That works for the state.
All right, July 7th, Ray plea, defendant to be in person.
It's
It's a joint continuance. Okay, anything further on Michael Nowak?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you both. Okay, take care.